For nearly 40 years, this case went nowhere. No suspect, no arrest, no justice. Police files sat untouched while the person responsible continued living an ordinary life, blending in unnoticed, until a random neighbor spoke up. In 1988, 8-year-old April Tinsley disappeared while walking near her home in Fort Wayne, Indiana. It was a quiet neighborhood, the kind where children walked alone, the kind where nothing ever happened. But that afternoon, April never came back. Hours later, her body was found in a nearby field. She had been abducted, assaulted, and murdered. The crime devastated the community. Parents stopped letting their children walk alone. Fear settled into everyday life. But despite an intense investigation, police had nothing solid to follow. No witnesses, no clear suspect, no answers. As the years passed, the case went cold. But the killer didn't disappear. Handwritten notes began appearing around the neighborhood, left in mailboxes, scrawled with disturbing messages that mentioned April by name. It was a reminder that whoever did this was still close, still watching, still free. Decades later, investigators turned to a new tool: genetic genealogy. DNA from the crime scene was uploaded and compared against public ancestry databases. It didn't identify the killer directly. Instead, it pointed to a family tree. And within that tree, one name stood out: John D. Miller. A quiet man, no criminal record, a normal job, living an unremarkable life. To most people, there was nothing suspicious about him, but to a neighbor, something never felt right. When police began canvassing the area, asking routine questions, that neighbor didn't brush it off. They mentioned odd behavior, unsettling comments, a feeling they'd carried for years, but never acted on. It wasn't dramatic, it wasn't proof, but it mattered. Investigators secretly collected Miller's DNA from a discarded item. When the results came back, there was no doubt. It was a match. After 30 years, the case was finally solved. Miller confessed. He was sentenced to 80 years in prison with no chance of parole. For April, justice came far too late. She never got to grow up, never got a future. What's unsettling isn't just the crime. It's the fact that for decades, the killer lived among ordinary people, shopping, working, aging, while the truth stayed buried. And what finally ended it wasn't a confession or a mistake. It was a neighbor who chose not to stay silent. If stories like this matter to you, if you believe forgotten cases deserve attention, like the video and subscribe for more true crime stories like this. Because sometimes, the smallest voice is the one that changes everything.